It will add a certain convincing verisimilitude for the outside observer. He pulled a small plastic flimsy containing a colored flat scan from his jacket and handed it across. The background was too fuzzed to make out, but the picture showed a striking young woman striding down a sidewalk. Apparent age could be anything between 20 and 30 standard years, though that was no certain clue as to real age. Tumbling black hair, bright eyes, the skin glowing an interesting cinnamon brown against a green tank top. Decided nose, determined chin. Either the natural face she was born with or the work of a real artist, because it certainly didn't bear the stamp from the same mold blandness of the usual body sculpture, a biological ideal that lost its appeal with repetition. Long legs and tan trousers that hugged in all the right places. A nicely full figure, nicely full. If the face was natural, other prominent features be too. With weakening reluctance, Ivan said, "Who is she?" "Supposedly a Kamaran citizen named Nanja Brindis lately moved to Solstice from Obiadome." "Supposedly?" "I have reason to suspect that might be a recent cover identity. She did move here about 2 months ago, it does seem." "So who is she really?" "Be a fine thing if you could find that out." "If she's hiding her identity for a good reason, she's hardly going to tell me." Ivan hesitated. "Is it a good reason?" "I suspect it's a very good reason. I also suspect she is not a professional at the game." "This is all pretty vague, Barnaby." "May I remind you, my security clearance is higher than yours." "Probably," Barnaby blinked in doubt. "Then there is that pesky need to know rule. I am not sticking my head into one of your dodgy meat vendors again, unless I know as much as you know, at least." Byerly flung up his well-manicured hands in faux surrender. "The people I'm with seem to have gotten themselves involved in a complex smuggling operation, rather over their heads. Our local space is a major trade nexus. The place is lousy with smugglers. As long as the transients don't try to offload their goods within the Imperium, in which case the Imperial Customs deals sharply with them, they get ignored. And the Kamaran trade fleets produce their own. That's too out of field." His head came up. "The only thing left is the Imperial fleet." "Just so. Apparently, if there was even a hint of that sort of thing going on, service security would swoop in. Damned hard. But even service security needs to know where and when to speak. I am doing, as it were, a preliminary pre-sweep survey. Not only because mistakes are embarrassing, especially if they involve accusations of poor science with arrogant and powerful relatives, but because they tip off the real critics who then promptly escape once genius is off net. You have no idea how sweet is that. And once military personnel get involved with, as they think, simple civilian crime, they become vulnerable to more treasonous blackmail. By their instance. I'm so pleased to keep up. One of your saving graces. At practice. Displays should know about this. Displays will know about it in due course. In the meanwhile, try to remember you don't know. That precaution is cancelled, of course, should my dead body turn up in a limited compromising position in some ditch outside the dome in the next few days. Think it might. The stakes are very high, not just the money.